We're gonna have to restart that shit.
I don't like talking.
Then why do you?
Bro, my dad joke didn't land.
It's okay. Mine will land again.
Just keep making it till someone laughs.
Again. Okay.
All right. Okay, is the audio picking up now? Can everybody hear me? Thank you for the 100 bits, Mama Luigi.
Mama Luigi.
All right.
Hi, Luigi.
That's a Mama Luigi to you, Mario.
All right, I'm gonna have to start over because none of that was heard.
Luigi has nice.
So I guess we'll start from the top of the list again. Lyle, you want to go for it?
I'll just introduce you guys since I want to save as much time as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Understandable.
Welcome to the stream. This is Fox Hunt, the only podcast entirely dedicated to exposing William Glenlock III for being a creepy dude. We are joined by Leo Convoy, Anti-Zoophile Detective, Hellboy, Ruza, Monstrous, and Quentoki, all of whom I am happy to have on the stream. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
That intro is pretty gay.
Everything about me.
But in a good way.
A quick summary for those of you who don't know what this is about. William Glenlock III, also known as Mojaraka and Slyfox, has been an open predator and child porn producer on most of the internet since about 2016. Recently referring to himself as Slyfox in the Has Been Hotel fandom, he has had over 7 victims since the start of 2018, and as of 2019, I was involved in exposing him publicly and reporting him to the police. We have a full archive of everything he's done, everything from drawing pornographic images of Dora the Explorer to hoarding erotic images of children and nude images of children from mommy blogs, to harassing and threatening children who came forward about their abuse at his hands. Slyfox has jumped from fandom to fandom for quite some time, and we suspect that these are not the only victims. As of today, Vivian, also known as Vivzy-Pop, has come forward about Slyfox being in the fandom for her creations and has exposed him as a danger to the community, and we very much appreciate that. Vivian, if you are watching, I'm very glad to have you on board in exposing this man and keeping your fans safe. If you need anything, reach out to me, Monstrous, or Hellboy, and we are able to help you in any way we can. Or you can reach out to Leo Convoy, but I'm not sure how free he will be because he is a stinky old man.
Hey now, I bathe regularly. How dare you?
Okay, he is a wonderful smelling old man.
Now you're telling it. Now they're not going to believe you.
I'm sorry, this got real silly for a minute. I'm gonna try to stay serious for most of this.
No, in all seriousness, you can contact me anytime. I might take a minute to respond, but yeah, I've always got time for stuff like this.
We're all willing to help in any way we can.
I'm definitely willing to help.
Slyfox has been a subject of common conversation for several years now, and about 5 videos. My playlist and the archive of all of the evidence we've collected against him are all publicly available on my Twitter and will be in the description of this video when it is uploaded. With that being said, let's go over what's happening right now. Monstrous, it's been made public that you are being threatened by Slyfox with violence as of right now, literally as we speak.
Holla. Yeah, holla. This isn't the first time, this isn't the second time, or the third time, or the 4th time either. I'm pretty sure this is like the 5th or 6th time he's threatened me. Talking about how he wants me to, A, he wants me to kill myself, B, he wants to send people after me who will make me want to kill myself, or C, that he wants to kill me himself. So that's awesome. Come at me, big boy. I'm fucking waiting, dude. Come on,
Dude, I love looking at the ones where he's saying that he's gonna put a hit out on you. I love seeing this shit.
With what money?
I do.
Exactly.
With all the money he makes from not working for Amazon anymore.
Remember when AJ and Baby came forward and he sent AJ a bunch of threats on Tumblr saying that he would have the 3 of us put in prison and would arrange for us to be raped in prison and all of this other shit?
Remember.
That's all in the archive if I remember correctly.
Pat, do you have it in the archive where he told me he was gonna have me killed too?
I
God.
don't believe I do. If you have that, pass it to me and I'll add it to the archive.
I'll pass it to you later. It's when he started accusing you of sending him death threats because he was too stupid to know you can easily backtrace numbers to their point of origin. And I called him out for him, like, all right, since we want to play this game, here's your real name, here's your address, here's what you look like. And his response was to DM me telling me how he was going to have me killed. And I'm sitting here still waiting. It hasn't happened yet. I'm kind of disappointed.
You did technically dox him, even though, legally speaking, Leo has done nothing wrong, and because Glenn made
I apologize for nothing.
His information is publicly available on the white pages. He released his ID and his social security number. So legally, Glenn cannot be doxxed. He literally cannot be doxxed. Because his information is public. Because it's public domain. Anyone can use it. As long as they don't use it to pretend to be him. And although I don't endorse harassment of any kind, the fact that Glenn made his phone number and ID and social security number public is kind of his own fault. So I'm not gonna be too mad.
Play stupid games, get stupid.
So basically, Slyfox is just a big slimy kid diddling cunt. That's all there is to it.
He's a big slimy kid diddling Dora loving cunt.
Big literally,
loves Dora.
because the
over
man
the age
looks
of
like Stay
14
Puft Marshmallow
watches
Man.
Dora the
She has a
Explorer.
Oh my
football
God.
head. Her head is shaped like a football anyway.
What?
But I can't believe, first off, I can't believe there's a Dora fandom. Second, why? Why were you
Wait
in
until
it?
you find out about the Muppet Babies fandom.
There's a Muppet Babies fandom, excuse me?
If it exists, there's a fandom.
Please do not. I'm gonna change my profile
Leo, please
picture.
take me down this rabbit hole, but also please don't at the same time.
I'm gonna
Well, I mean, a
change
man
my
of two
profile
minds
picture.
cannot be stable. So you have to make up your mind, big boy.
What if you have 4?
Oh,
Henry,
fuck it, put me down the rabbit hole.
Explain the Muppet Babies fandom later.
Later.
Let's stay
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
just
on.
DM me.
Hold on.
Yes.
We're gonna pause. Let's pause for a second. So let's remind our audience now, because this is not the first time, second or third or fourth, fifth time this has happened, where Sly has purposely decided he wanted to punch below his weight class and threaten a child. Because every single one of his victims who has come forward to me, who has inevitably outed themselves and been like, fuck you, Sly, he has threatened every single one of them. Slyfox, if you're gonna threaten anybody, can you just stick with threatening adults, my dude? We all know that you're scared of me, of Patch, of Hellboy, of all the people in here. But punch in your weight class, my guy.
Bitch,
Stop
I'm
threatening
above his
children.
weight class. The fuck you talking about? I've made Buttons cry on 2 different live streams. This guy can't do nothing
Okay,
to me.
okay. The reason
but-
why he's
What I mean is, we are his age. He should be going after us, not children. But he's going after.
Oh, he's older than us, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
He wants to
30
treat these
something.
children.
he's older
He
than
wants to
me.
treat these children like he tries to treat the rest of his prey. He tries to treat these children like he thinks that he can use them like he's tried to use every other child in his life so far. He wants to fucking go. I'm ready to fucking throw down, Sly. Let's fucking go.
And
Look, Sly.
Dude, I've been waiting to light this man on fire
he's
for almost a
fragile,
year.
petulant, overweight neckbeard incel who looks like a Wish.com ripoff of Aaron Hansen. He's a pussy.
Oh.
He is a child
I-
abuser. And I genuinely think that if he tried to actually come after any of us, he'd die.
He'd
I'm
break
saying-
down and cry.
I
I gotta
because
correct
he's
you
just
there.
sweet.
He's not a
He's
neck
sauce,
beard.
man.
He has a handlebar mustache now. So he's a handlebar stash.
Oh
Remember?
my god, he's got a fucking 1920s pedo stash.
I think
Well,
my
No,
pussy
and he
just
doesn't even
sealed
rock
itself
it,
shut.
dude. He does not. It looks like fucking Wario stash.
Hey, don't come for Wario like that, man. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
It is almost midnight and I'm streaming about Slyfox once again. This is just my life, isn't it?
It's 2 in the morning for me.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning for me. I don't give a shit.
11:30 here. We
What
ready?
I'm surprised about is that Vivian actually eventually heard about it and was willing to join us in talking about it and publicly condemning Sly.
I
mean,
say
like,
According
now
to
that
what
she's-
she told me, is she found the video and she just found the clip at random, watched it, and was like, oof, no, this guy's not good. So then she made a fucking call-out post.
Good.
What a queen.
I'm really
She just
glad
found it.
that
Like
made
she
the
didn't even look for
morally-
it. It just popped up on her feed.
She made the morally correct choice there, because
Indeed.
what Sly has been doing is absolutely disgusting. 7 different kids, 6 of whom are public about being victims of his, 1 of whom is an open advocate for victims' rights. These kids are some of the bravest ones I've ever met. None of the adults involved in this had to pressure them or advise them to come forward. They all came forward of their own accord, publicly, in
it's weird
order
to say
to
that.
do what was right. These are some of the
It's
bravest
weird
kids
to
I've ever
say
known.
that. Because
They-
I feel like the kids are actually more bloodthirsty than the adults for one.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I'm gonna fucking
Especially
rip his
Nifty,
hair in.
Nyx, and Baby. Those 3 are fucking vicious.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like Lord of the Flies, but there's a system to it.
Like,
So
AJ, Baby, and Nyx are 3 of the most hardcore kids I think I've ever met in my life.
I mean, there's a reason why we made the whole has-been positivity tag, man. It's reason. It's fucking shit like this.
These
I was
kids
gonna.
are so brave. I'm really proud of all of them.
This community's come together and done so much awesome shit, and I'm proud of every single person involved in this.
Stan.
Except Sly. Fuck Sly.
And his
I don't think anybody
enablers,
can be
like,
proud of him aside from his own mama.
I'm
And
going
even
to
then, I
be
think she's
very
lost.
clear here. Anyone who enables Slyfox and continues to defend him after this is free game for me. If you change your mind and you decide that you're not going to defend him anymore, good. Then you made the right choice. But until you openly condemn this man for abusing so many children and for being in possession of 6,000 pages of child pornography, then you're free game and I will go after you.
Yeah.
Every single person that defends Sly, I will find you. And I will make sure that you are banned from every Discord you are in. I will make sure that the public knows who you are. And maybe if I get lucky, I'll call your mom. And before I ask her out to dinner, I'll let her know that you're hanging around with kid diddlers.
And I just want to second that. If I find anyone that's defending Sly too, I literally will jump through the screen and rip out your fucking throat. But for legal reasons, it's not a threat.
Legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's
It's a promise,
joke.
not a threat.
It's a joke. For legal reasons, it's a joke. Okay,
But we all know the truth.
So
opinions of
Patch.
the guests on the podcast do not reflect, like, just taking care
Except
of
for when
myself
they do.
legally.
Except for when they
he
do.
legit, like, I'll be open here because Slyfox has accused me and Monstrous and Hellboy of wanting him dead. That's not true. I want you to live a long, miserable life in a cage. I want you to live in
Okay,
a
but wait,
cell until your dying
hold up.
day.
I'd like
Dude,
to
I can
point
still
out.
pull up my DMs with him. I've been peaceful
I'd
with
like
him the
to
entire fucking
hold
time.
on. I'd like to point out. I would love to point out. Sly has personally accused me on Tumblr of grooming children every day as sex slaves. So let's address that, Sly.
Oh, yeah,
Because that
Slyfox
is
accused
amazing.
both of us of being child groomers because we're both sex
Yeah.
workers.
So what? Is
You're
your
a
response
retired
no
sex
you?
worker.
Yeah, his response was literally no you, Leo.
Like, straight up. He accused us of being predators just because we're adults with active sex lives.
Yes.
Wow,
Something
how
which he could never
pathetic.
possibly understand.
I don't
He just
don't
keeps
think
calling me gay. He comes up
He
with
also
creative shit
accused
for
me
you
of
guys.
sending death threats to him, but also used phone numbers that are nowhere near where I live.
Yeah.
He's accused Monstrous of being a predator. He
Having a
accused
good
me
time.
of
Have a good time.
being a stalker, which is interesting because everything I have on Slyfox was either public or was brought to me by other people.
I think Slyfox is just really fucking stupid. I hope he hears me. You're really fucking stupid.
He is the most, like, and I'm saying this as someone who generally deals with a lot of stupid. He is the most smooth-brained individual I have ever met in my life. I genuinely believe that it's just an incredibly polished piece of quartz sitting in his skull. Like,
No, dude, no. This
Man, I
man
hope
is a
Sly's
genius.
watching this right now, honestly.
This man is a genius. This is the most brilliant man. Einstein is rolling in his grave because he's like, man, I've never seen a smarter man. This man, he leaked his own social security number. That way he can never get doxxed. Man, this is just.
I
just-
legitimately I feel like this is proof that Darwinism doesn't exist because he's still alive.
That's because he never leaves his house.
This is also true.
And he still lives with his parents alone. Now this isn't a his parents live with him situation like with me and Jess where we help take care of each other. This is a he lives with his parents and is entirely dependent on them to function. This is a
Now-
mommy, can you please bring me some chicken tendies situation.
I have enough good boy points. I want them.
Not to drag his parents, but if your child is 30 something and still sitting there fat overweight ass in your basement, that's pathetic and it's partially your fault.
And the reason why I'm ripping on him for still living with his parents right now, and I'm ripping on his parents for enabling him, is because I called his dad twice. Once on the home phone and once on the cell phone. I provided my name, I gave him a place to call me back, and I said, I have evidence that your son has been abusing children and trying to solicit nudes and trying to sexually engage with them in calls, that he has been sexually abusing 14-year-old kids.
Press charges.
And he never picked up and never called me back. It's been a year and his father is still enabling him. His parents are allowing him to harm children.
Hey, Slyfox, you can tell your mom and dad this too. They're pathetic, okay? Because they should not they should not be letting you stay in their house right now. That is just so pathetic. That is some backwoods shit right there. That is Sweet Home Alabama shit right there. That is terrible.
Alabama shit.
Oh, Lucid
Holy
in the
shit.
chat asked, hold on, this dude intentionally showed his social security number publicly? Yes.
Yes.
Slyfox
So,
gave the Bread Gang his social security number, his ID, and his Google search history. Willingly.
So here I have a story for those. So the Bread Gang, just as a quick how do you do? The Bread Gang are a group of people who have known Sly for a very long time. The Bread Gang are the people who initially got me and Patch and how we're all involved in this bullshit, right? So the Bread Gang are the ones who have really kind of perpetuated this cycle of constantly finding him, them warning fandoms about him, and they followed him. They follow him everywhere he goes, and it's great because he never knows who they are. And I love that about them. That is the one thing I can honestly condone about him. But they have done things on multiple Discord accounts stating oh, I can get these people to go away. I can provide security for you if you give me your address so they can ship something to you or whatever bullshit nonsense. And he caves every time. He never stops to think, hey, gee, this doesn't sound right. What am I doing?
I don't approve of their methods, but
No.
I can't say that they're not effective. I only have ever collaborated with Bread Gang on the collection of information. I have openly condemned them publicly for their methods multiple times, and that's never stopped us from being able to collaborate on evidence collection, which I really do appreciate that the Bread Gang, even though they know I don't approve of their methods, are still willing to give me information if I need it.
Corn, that is mine, and it is me. Hello. Sorry, I
What-
just wanted to respond to that question they asked.
Is that Mon's voice? Yeah, Monstrous is in the call, Alicorn. And
It
she
is.
has a lovely voice.
Hello. Yes, hello.
Indeed,
Sorry.
she does.
I'm a little raspy right now because I went on a 5-hour. I took my coyote on a 5-hour drive yesterday.
You have a coyote?
Yeah,
she grooms him every day.
Wait, Mon, that's a
His name is
violation of
Napkin.
social
Monstrous is
distancing.
a
You're not allowed to
responsible
do
nap.
that. Unless
What'd you say, Todd?
was he 6 feet away from you in the car?
No.
Wait, can
Bad
coyotes or
monstrous.
any dog-like
I'm
species get
telling
infected?
on you to the hygiene police. Ooh.
Totally.
Oh man, we gotta disinfect Monstrous with fucking.
I took a shower before I left, and I took one right when I got home.
Okay,
that's
good.
just the protocol,
Okay, that's
you
good
know?
practice. I'm proud of you. But
Yeah.
legitimately speaking, This Slyfox situation has been. It's been so easy to prove everything that he's done every single time. We have screenshots of him hanging out in NSFW calls with minors. We have screenshots of him admitting to being the prolific Dora pornographer Mojaraka. We have screenshots of him telling people to kill themselves.
Still makes me sick every time I hear that. Dora,
So,
fucking Christ.
how old were all the victims, though?
They
They're all
range
between the
between
ages of
14 and 16.
14 and 16.
Oh,
And
they're
Sly is in his
babies, no.
30s.
Yeah.
So there's no like, oh, he's 17, he's 18, there's room for him to improve as a person. No, this guy's literally like, he's a neckbeard gaming in his mom's basement. Mommy, will you make me some chicken tendies? Fucking pedophile. That's the kind of pervert we're dealing with. This is the stereotype.
Fucking racing simulators.
This is the stereotype.
Hold
He
on.
is
Really?
This is like
Go
this
ahead.
is like Grizzly the Medic all over again, in my
Oh
opinion.
god, I'm triggered.
Mommy, you forgot to cut the crust off my sandwich.
Mommy, I'm in the middle of a race.
Oh, Nix is in the chat. Hi, Nix. I didn't see you there.
Hi, Nick.
Nix is one of the
Nix,
kids who came
hello.
forward, and I hope that they know that I'm proud of them.
Welcome to the chat, mate.
Where's Nix? Hi, Nix. You're great.
Hello, Nix.
He is 29. He
You love
confirmed that
you,
to me.
Nick.
That's not what his ID says. His ID does not say that he is 29. And remember, I do have an uncensored version of his driver's license, and I have access to all of his records on the white pages, so I know that he's lying about his age.
That
Oh,
man
fuck,
is
I think I still have
45.
that in my
That man
downloads.
is not
Give me a
45.
second, it's wild.
That's an old bitch.
He's in his 30s.
That
The
man
point
is a whole
is
man.
he's in the double digits, and he's like midway through the double digits and needs to jump off a bridge.
That man needs to get a life. This is just honestly, I would say I feel bad for him, but I
He
don't.
has an
He
entire
needs to get a
blog
lot of
dedicated
things,
to
including
accusing
getting
his
banned.
critics of being predators. Like, that's all he posts on Tumblr. He's like, oh, Monstrous is a pedophile, Shiloh is a pedophile, everybody's a pedophile except for me. He keeps using the Zoophile police incident to accuse me of being a dog fucker.
Oh my gosh, you mean the one where like you got kicked off of the freaking admin thing?
Yeah, after I was kicked off of the Twitter because I was falsely accused by
My.
Christiana Lee Boone and Cyberafter of being a zoophile.
Not
Oh
to
my
name any
gosh.
names.
No, I'm naming names, bitch. I'm
That
naming
whole
all the
stupid-
names.
Ugh. That whole situation,
Fucking
everyone
go
wants
for
to
it.
talk so much trash about that situation. That's not even what happened.
I mean, you
What
and
the hell
Wendy
happened?
both publicly apologized for the accusations against me and have made amends with me. Like,
Yes, because like that, okay, like every time someone brings up that situation, it's like no matter how many times Wendy and I say, hey, we had the wool pulled over our eyes, we were just as manipulated as you were. They're like, nah, we don't want to hear that part. You know?
they
It's
don't
like,
want to believe that you guys were also victims because they've already demonized you. And that's
Exactly.
what Slyfox is doing, is he doesn't want to believe that I was a victim of abuse because he wants to use what happened to make me less credible because I've exposed him as a predator 5 times.
No, that's fine. I can corroborate anything, and I've got evidence to back it up.
Weren't you there the second time that he confessed?
He was.
Yes, I was there, and I
Leo
drilled
made
it out of him.
cry. Leo made him cry, if you
It was
recall.
beautiful.
Oh God,
It
I
was
remember
absolutely
him breaking
beautiful.
down on the call.
You are
Jesus
I
a
wanna hear
masterful
that.
man.
I want to hear that.
The old man bad.
Wait, who cried on call?
Slyfox.
Slyfox.
Oh,
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I'm
I
going
want
to
watch
be
and laugh.
re-uploading the audio from when Leo and I confronted Sly directly in, I believe it was Park's server.
Yes.
I believe that.
No. No, the second audio was not Park's server. It was a server that he was invited to, where the server owner was a 15-year-old child
Oof.
who who did not understand the gravity of the situation, who defended Slyfox. And then when the opportunity arose where Slyfox claimed he wanted to defend himself or whatever the fuck he said, he went into a call with 22 other people, including the 15-year-old server owner, my staff, his staff, and the bread gang, Patch and Leo. 22 people were in this call, and he admitted in front of 22 people that he in fact had this problem.
He admitted
Nobody forced
to
him.
sexually harassing a minor in call,
Yeah.
to exposing a different minor to pornography intentionally, to multiple counts of inappropriate conduct. I'm trying to think of what else, because it was a long list. I think he confessed to about 6 or 7 different crimes. A lot of them involving sexual misconduct or inappropriate behaviors with a minor. But the point is, he's a fucking monster.
Yep.
Shit, my charger broke. Sorry,
Honestly,
I was
monster's
unplugging
too
my
nice.
THC
Scum at the bottom of a
vape and my
pond fits him more.
he admitted to everything multiple times, including being Mojaraka, producing the NSFW content to Dora the Explorer, being in possession of
Hold on.
inappropriate
Patch-
images with children.
Patch, let me pause you right here. Somebody asked in chat. As someone who's not familiar with this drama, I'm seeing PK being thrown around the chat. Is Slyfox the admin that was in PK Russell's server that was called out? So no. Lucid, that's not what happened. So Slyfox used to be in the Hasbin Hotel fan cord, what we finally call the big fan cord. This was back before it was big. He initially got called out because he was making others uncomfortable. He had paired his YouTube account with a Twitter account, which had incredibly racist ideologies. So as he was trying to promote his YouTube channel, his Twitter account was simultaneously telling, Latinx individuals to go back to the country that they came from, blah, 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 blah. And then it came out a couple weeks after he was banned, maybe 2-3 weeks that he was banned, where he was hitting on a 15-year-old child in a public chat on his Discord. And we know this because his staff threw him under the bus and told us that this was happening.
And then was in the server at the time, and they DM'd
yeah,
us.
the kid not only was in his server, she was his co-op, and she had access to the pornography in his server. Apparently, the individuals in there had no idea that the co-owner was a 15-year-old child. Otherwise, they would have told somebody sooner. So they his friends threw him under the bus by coming to us. And then they gave us access to his server, made us his staff members for his server. When he banned us, his friends would unban us so that we could collect all the evidence. And then his friends torched his server. It was great. It was a thing of beauty, honestly. 10 out of 10.
And Sly still blames us for that when all I did was post 2 JoJo memes, and she posted a Pennywise meme.
All we really did was
JoJo.
confront him. That's all it really was a confrontation. He could have left that call at any time. He didn't have to legally, he didn't have to answer any of our questions. We're not cops. He didn't have to do anything, but he chose to sit there and take our verbal beating and to let himself be torn asunder for being a predatory, let's call it what it is, sociopath. He feels no empathy for the people. Like, I don't use this term lightly because sociopathy is a psychological condition that requires medical diagnosis. I'm not a doctor, so I can't formally diagnose him, but he is showing common attributes of what is known as a sociopathic narcissistic abuser. He is completely obsessed with himself and his problems and his needs, and he does not care anything about the people that he hurts. To the point where he has threatened prison rape on children.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately children as young as 14.
This is for Slyfox again. If I see you in the street I'm going to beat the fuck. I know you don't leave your basement, but that's not the point. Like when you're on your way to jail, if you even fit in the fucking car, if I see your ass on the street, I'm going to beat the homophobic, racist shit out of you, bitch. I will beat you so hard that you lose weight. It's over for you.
Oh
All
my.
right.
I've
But
told him
for legal
before,
reasons,
I
that's a
don't
joke.
live too far from Sly,
Yeah,
and if
son.
I ever see him in person, it is on sight. I will beat his ass and I will drag him to the nearest police station by his grungy ass, oily ass, disgusting ass, knockoff Aaron Hansen hair job. I will grab him by the roots and I will drag him kicking and screaming to the police station if he tries some shit. If he shows up on my property, I will drag him to the police station my fucking self. I don't care about no coronavirus. I'll get infected if it means putting that bastard behind bars.
Bitch, you can't kill me. I'm a bad
Bruh,
bitch.
I
I
just
will
want
drag you by your left tit.
measure of a hand I have into his fucking teeth.
I'm not joking though. I bought a pistol because of his constant insistence on making threats against me. I have a strap now. I carry because I'm done tolerating his threats. If he wants to actually try some shit and come after me for exposing him as the kid diddling predator he is, then he's gonna have to face 45 caliber Colt in his face. I'm done with this. I'm not playing around, Glenn. Don't
I believe
fucking
you.
try
I
me.
believe you. I believe you. I'm with you, girl. You call me. You let me know. Let
I'm
me know.
tired of the. He's threatening not just me, not just Monstrous and Hellboy and Leo. He's not just making death threats and murder threats and all these fucking shit. He's going after the kids that were brave enough to stand up against him, and that's where I'm really pissed because these kids were so fucking scared when they came to me and Monstrous and fucking Hellboy coming to us crying, scared because this guy is freaking out. They came to
Oh,
us
not
I'm
just
like,
not
concerned
just
and
that.
angry and scared. And then they
That's the sad part though. It's not just that. It's never it was never just about how these kids were coming to us sad and upset. These kids were coming to us fucking terrified in groups. In groups. I've been in 2 or 3 groups where kids between the ages of 14 and 16 came to us crying in tears. Monstrous, what do I do? Monstrous, I'm scared. Monstrous, he doesn't live far from me. Monstrous, I'm afraid he's gonna hurt me. Monstrous, what do I say? What do I do? And I have to tell these kids, he is terrified of you. He is terrified of every single one of you because you're trans, because you're bi, because you're not white, because you are not him. You do not fit his narrative of what a quote unquote person is. He's scared of you. Yell at him. Raise your voice at him. And this is why I insist on calling people like this out on Twitter. I want to make sure that people like Slyfox don't get a fucking inch. Not a fucking inch, Glenn. Do you fucking hear me? You will not breathe any place that I have access to. And I will not stop until you are in jail or in full-time court-mandated therapy with a fucking record to your name, my dude. And I will not stop this until you stop threatening children. Threaten me all you want. Threaten Patch or Hellboy or good luck trying to threaten Leo, though.
Oh, no,
Nah,
I
you
welcome
don't
it.
fuck with me.
All,
Come get it.
all you
I want
want.
some.
Leo
But-
openly welcomes threats at this point. It's his main form of entertainment. The old man needs
Correct.
some exercise.
Also
Fuck a
correct.
treadmill, he wants to beat a pedophile.
Correct.
Like
okay, having. Oh, go ahead.
I think about all the kids, like, it's not just Slyfox's victims that have come to me. Since my initial involvement in the Toon Critic drama back in 2018, I think it was, I constantly have these kids coming to me with, hey, this pedophile, this dude pretended to be my boyfriend and got my nudes. He's 26, I'm 14, and I don't know what to do. This ex of mine forced me to watch him have sex with his dog, and I don't know what to do. This predator tried to get me to go to a convention with him and sleep with him in my room. He's in his 40s, and I'm only 13, and I don't know what to do. These kids come to me, to Leo, to Monstrous and Hellboy, and they come to us terrified. And when you see that terror turn to rage, is when you know this shit is serious. Because every single time these kids Like, we try to keep them anonymous and keep them safe when we expose these predators, but they always end up getting harassed and stalked by the people that they came forward against. And every single time, these kids get this fiery rage and they stand up for themselves, and it's beautiful to watch because these kids are learning how to protect themselves. But it is devastating because the fact that kids as young as 13 are showing up in my DMs crying, in calls, sobbing because they are afraid that their family is going to get hurt, that they're going to get in trouble because they were manipulated and abused by these predators. It is exhausting to see how scared these fucking kids are. If one more kid shows up in my DMs terrified because someone in their 40s is manipulating them into giving them nudes, I'm gonna go ape shit. These kids do not deserve what people like Glenn have put them through. Glenn
Let's
is
also-
the scum of the
and
earth.
watching it play out makes me fucking sick. I had to step away from the shit for the longest time because it just I couldn't
Because we're
stand
so
seeing
fucking
I
it.
have to
down.
take weekends off. Like, today is my last day of the week that I'm free for this shit because tomorrow's Saturday and my weekends I completely separate myself from the internet because it's bad for my mental health to be at this all
Really
the
quick-
time. I have
really
to
quick,
go
though.
off on weekends and take care of myself, otherwise I will go insane.
Really quick, I'd like to segue this a little bit. If you, and I'm only speaking for myself here, although I'm sure everybody can kind of agree to this. If you are at a convention near me, if you are at a landmark near me, and I live in Southern California, so if you are anywhere between fucking the Mexico border and like up through Oxnard, okay, and anywhere between Huntington Beach and the fucking Nevada border, I don't give a shit. You are anywhere near me, and you ever need somebody to pick you up because you're scared. You're in a serious predicament. You don't feel safe. You're with somebody you don't know. I don't give a shit where you are. You message me on Twitter. You message me on Discord. You message me on Twitch. I don't give a shit where you message me, and I will fucking be there in a heartbeat.
And
I
that
will
goes for
pretend
the
to be
kids
your
in my
mom.
care too. If anyone in my servers or who is my mutual on Twitter, if any of you kids are in danger, if you are on a date with an adult man and he is making you uncomfortable, if you are feeling afraid and you need somewhere to go, text me. Message
Yeah.
me on Discord. Hit me up on Twitter. My father-in-law, my
currently-
wife, and I will find the time to come and get you or to arrange for you to get picked up by someone safe. And
Yeah.
we will help you get back to your parents' place, and we will make sure that you are
Yeah.
safe.
I'm currently dealing with a sexual assault survivor who had the courage to go to the police finally after years to report this guy's sexual assault. And he decided that the best way to respond is to harass her online and to send her nudes that she had sent to him during the harassment. So, me being the big mean person I am, I found his phone number and I gave him a little ring a ding ding and I left him a message. And she hasn't had a problem from him since, and I don't think she will. I
Everyone
don't
here
blame
is
you.
willing to stand up for
Oh,
what's
God.
right. If you need
Fuck,
help,
if you
reach
can't
out
Yes,
get a
to
hold
oh
of
me.
my
any of these
gosh.
three, just message me. I'll pass it along. I
Yeah.
don't have a problem being the messenger man.
You are
Yeah,
Shout
I'll
not
out.
pass it
alone.
too.
There are adult.
Shout out.
And here's the thing: a healthy relationship between a minor and an adult is not a friendship; it is a mentorship.
Correct.
If an
Facts.
adult tries to be your friend, they are preying on you. An adult should never try to be your friend. An adult should try to be a mentor, someone who provides advice and gives you safety and shelter and tries to help you become a better person. Adults should not be friends with children. An adult should always be a mentor and a guide. And that's every single person that Slyfox has preyed on, he started off trying to be friends with them. That's how
Do you want
predators
to be
start.
internet friends? Woo.
It doesn't.
No.
If an adult
Alright,
wants to
oh,
form
sorry.
a close friendship with you, it is because they want to groom you. That is the hard facts. And I know it sucks to hear that because you want to think that you're mature enough to have a friendship or a relationship with an adult, but you are not. And that's not to say that kids aren't smart. Kids are fucking amazing. I have met some of the most intelligent children in the world. doing the work that I do, helping kids that have been preyed on. Because these kids, some of them are very talented artists, some of them are gifted writers, some of them are very skilled musicians, and some of them are very good at computer engineering and math. I've met 14-year-olds who can program better than some grown adults who work in the field. But being smart does not disqualify you from being preyed on. It doesn't matter how brilliant and how much of a genius you are still capable of being preyed on. I know plenty of people in this call right now have been survivors of abuse and assault. I personally have been a survivor of abuse and assault multiple times. It's something that you live with for the rest of your life. Even we are not immune to it. Everyone is capable of being abused. And it does not make you a lesser person, but you have to acknowledge that you are capable of being abused. And when you recognize that that's happening, ask for help. You deserve to be helped. You do not have to be afraid to ask for help. We are here for you. Some of my closest friends I've met because we work together to protect these kids. There are people out here who love you and want you to be safe. We don't even know you when we love you and we want you to be safe. Even if you aren't the best person, even kids like Araizuki who lash out and behave poorly online, I still want her to be safe. She's still a kid who deserves to be protected, even if she has done awful things. Every kid deserves to be protected. Every kid is loved, and you deserve to know that.
With that being said, though, and to add to that too, like, not just safe, not just protected, but if you just need, like, if you feel like you have a problem, and it doesn't really, I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter what the problem is. If you need help from an adult and you don't know who to talk to, you can talk to us. I will walk you through a problem. I will help you through that problem. Like I said, if you need to go somewhere, if you are in someplace safe, or maybe you're not even in someplace safe, maybe you're in a situation where you can't talk to your parents about something. Maybe you're in a really bad situation at home. You let us know. Come talk to us, and we will help you any way that we can.
If you have
Every
a
way that we
friendship
can.
that's going on in an unhealthy direction, like someone at school is bullying you, if you need advice on like what to do for college, if you're having mental health issues, anything, find an adult that cares about you, someone who openly, like any of us, for example, reach out and ask for advice, and we will help you, no matter what it is.
Oh my gosh, yes. Two things I want to say real quick. One, I'm kind of emotional right now. I'm sorry. One, for you kids out there, you may think you're mature for your age, and you probably are. If an adult approaches you and says, "Oh, I want to be friends with you because you're so mature for your age," like that, don't fall for it. I've fallen for it. Don't do it. They're a predator. You need to watch. You need to be keeping safe, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Not everyone out there has your best interest in mind. You have to be careful. You're young, you're still learning, you're going to make mistakes, but don't make that one. You got to keep yourself safe.
Make yourself a difficult target. Make it hard for these predators to be interested in you.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Be
also,
annoying,
if you
be
have
obnoxious, make it clear that you have boundaries. Never be alone with if you are a kid and an adult is showing interest in being in a private relationship with you, never let them be alone with you. Ever. Always make sure you have a friend or a parent or a mentor or a teacher nearby. Never let them be alone with you. Make yourself a difficult target. Make it as hard as possible for these people to come after you.
Look, y'all, if y'all have like anything that you need to talk about, like I don't care what it is, you could be like, my cat ran and I can't find him, and that's my best friend. Just like, please message me on my Twitter, on my Discord. I will be there. I can't drive it, but if you need someone to talk to, even if you don't want advice, you just want your spam my DMs. I'm not gonna be like, leave. I will be there for you. I swear.
That goes for anybody here.
We all just want to help. That's all we ever wanted to do.
With that being said, if you're looking for somebody to enable any negative behaviors you may have, you will not find that here. We will we will be honest with you and we will tell you if we think that you are messing up. So that's something you also need to keep in mind. That's not to scare you or deter you, but everybody needs to be told honestly when they're fucking up.
Facts.
Blunt
An
force
adult
trauma
who
is the
refuses to
best
tell
trauma.
you when you have done wrong is not an adult that cares about you.
Correct.
I'm at 8% battery life, so I gotta hop off for the night. I like how I'm called Thought Dad, so thank you to whoever changed it.
It might have been
Um,
Wendy.
It was wonderful having you on the stream, Mon. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me
Have a
as
great
always.
day.
Have a good
You were
night.
lovely. You guys
Bye,
have a wonderful
Mom.
night. Be safe. Have fun. And I'll let you know if anything else develops.
All right,
Bye-bye.
stay safe. Give your
Bye.
husband my love.
Bye.
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 Okay,
All right.
so I got a dip too. My phone's at 7, and I got a boyfriend.
Okay.
Alrighty. See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right.
Patch, I
So
cheered 95 bits.
Now it's just us.
holy shit.
Oh, now I'm closer to Patch. Yeah.
E. We're all in a little line
Oh, you're
here.
organizing the picture.
I didn't even realize you were organizing it.
Well, I mean,
I
Mon
just
left,
picturing my
so
Leo
I had
supposedly
to
leaving.
I had to
say
put
is-
her icon off screen to represent that she had left.
Oh. You should
This-
have put like a
It's Leo
door and
slowly
then had her
moving.
walk through the door.
What's concerning to me is that now that the Slyfox situation is becoming more widely known, unfortunately, Slyfox is going to have a wider pool of potential victims.
Yes and no. When you have a predator exposed like this, it tends to cut down their victim pool because knowledge tends to drive people away from people like this. So I wouldn't worry too much about that were I you.
Plus, the has-been fandom's pretty cut and dry. When somebody's known as something, they're known as that something.
There was
Like,
that
you can't go
miner
anywhere
in
without it.
that was that miner in his server that he's been using to groom more kids. I don't know if we're
That's a-
allowed to talk about that.
Well, that's more of an outlier than it is a common
I
thing.
would ease off of it for right now because I'm not even.
Yeah, that's
sure
why I
myself.
didn't say her name. But like since he was initially exposed by me, he has had more victims because he has that little server full of people who don't really know my content, who he is able to manipulate into. But I look at Vivian, who has 300-400 times the size of my community, and I hope that she's more effective than I am at making people know what he's done. I mean, we know for a fact that she has gone through my evidence archive and has seen my videos. She told Hellboy and Monstrous that she had seen my content, that she had seen my archive, and that she knows what he's done. I just hope that she's better at exposing
Viv is
him
an
than I am.
abuse survivor herself. She advocates for this kind of shit. If things get to a point where it's getting dangerous, she's going to say flat out, "Hey, this is what's going on." Like they're not going to let it get to that point.
Good. I really hope. I really hope you're right. And
But you know
I
what?
will say
If
this
it
again,
tells you
Vivian,
anything-
if you need anything in relation to the Slyfox situation, or if there is another predator in the community that you need help exposing or reporting, you can always reach out to me, Leo, Mon, Hellboy, anyone who was involved in the Slyfox bust, and we will gladly help you. I am
Patch, Crybaby said something in chat.
alright. Currently, he has no
They said-
control in any server that I know of. He's been banned from a server he used to co-own.
If
Oh
it tells
shit!
you anything,
He got banned. So,
What? Huh?
baby, can you send me any and all evidence you have of that for me to put in the
Yeah, he's really
archive?
not, to be honest.
if it tells you anything, Slyfox used to be a VivziePot donator. He got banned from that server a long ass time ago.
That's good to know. I'm
Twice 3 in the fucking morning.
if
This is really
anyone
not
who
me.
hears about this because of Vivian expanding the amount of people who know her exposure of Sly, if you have been abused by him, please reach out to me with any and all evidence you have so I can add it to the archive and help you report him to the police.
And if you can't get a hold of Patch, get a hold of me or Leah. Or Bon.
Correct. You can find me pretty easily, but I'm going to go ahead and hop off for now. I got some stuff I need to work on. Thank you for the invite, and I'll check with you guys later.
All right.
Fuck, everyone's dying. Alright.
Everyone's
It's
going-
like 2 in the morning here, my dude.
It's 3 in the morning for me. This is pussy shit.
Yes, for
Yeah, you're
you.
weak.
I am old
Yeah.
man. Old man needs rest.
Old man needs
Old
Slippy.
You know
man.
what? You're right.
He needs the
Old
big
man, go
Slippy
drink
instead
your
of the
cough
big.
medicine and go get some rest, alright?
Old
Get
man also
your
needs to do some
authorized
art
rest.
too. So later.
Alright, see.
Now it's
I'm
just
not,
Patch
I'm
and
not
Hellboy on the
leaving. Fuck
photo.
y'all. Fuck y'all. I'm saying. He got banned from that server again. He's been kicked from that. Oh, hey, Silent. Silent Watcher's here. He's the admin over in Viv server.
Good. Awesome. Happy to have you.
Yeah, Sly got banned from Viv server a while ago.
Oh, Silent Watcher, Monstrous said earlier in our call that you were involved in the initial ban of him of Slyfox from the fan court.
No, no, they were never a part of that. What? Where did you get that information?
Monstrous said something about Silent Watcher being involved in the Slyfox situation, like literally at the beginning of the stream.
What? He was never.
Oh no, wait, no, it's not. It's not Slyfox. It's that meme dipshit who was defending Sly.
Oh yeah, Machine Gun Moth. Yeah, they were involved with Machine Gun Moth. They weren't involved with Sly at all. I was the one that went through that. I was the one that collected the evidence at the beginning of him being political and racist and homophobic.
Okay, I got the two mixed up. That's on me. That's
I
on
mean, they're
me.
both basically the same person.
No, it's just it's past midnight, so I'm starting to lose brain cells.
I don't have any brain cells, man. I'm functioning on I have a brain made out of a toaster and a potato battery.
That's not. You should probably see a doctor about that.
You
Yeah,
know,
it seems like that seems like that's a medical problem.
But the doctor just put in another potato and said, "Yeah, here you go."
I don't think that's a really good doctor.
That's not. But you know what? It's whatever.
Were they actually like a doctor in the medical scene, or were they
No,
like
it was a
doctor in something
joke.
else?
God, you were
I know.
Why do you overanalyze shit, man?
because he's an annoying kid.
I mean, I got that, but also fuck. Calm down.
Tim, please go to bed. You have
down.
internet school in the morning. Oh no, wait,
No, I
tomorrow's
don't.
Saturday. No, you don't. Fuck. God damn it. There goes my only insults.
I get all my
Oh,
stuff
fuck.
finished first day
Fucking
though, so it's not
Fluffy's
even like
getting
useful.
involved with shit now.
Fluffy's
no.
back? Really?
Fluffy.
Jesus Christ, I thought she was
No.
done!
Hold on. I'm not gonna say too much. Fluffy has been very well behaved. Well, to an extent. They've been trying to keep themselves out of drama, put themselves back in it on a private account they don't know I have access to.
You just said that on a live
But-
stream, so now she knows.
She's not watching, and she isn't ever gonna watch. So it's not like it fucking matters. Even then, we don't have any bad blood. I'm not chasing after her. But the thing is, now she's adding fucking baby and shit, and saying, "I do hope you go to the police." She's getting herself involved with the Slyfox drama, and at least, at
Again?
the very least. Yeah, but she's doing it in a positive way. She's encouraging baby to go to the fucking police. But
Well-
she's not saying, "Oh, Slyfox didn't do anything wrong. Slyfox is innocent until proven guilty." She's legitimately on baby's side and telling her to do the right thing.
Well, I appreciate that Fluffy is on the right side of the argument this time around. I hope that she is safe and that she continues to stay on the right side of history this time around, and that anything that she does only has a positive impact on the situation. And
Don't get me
Fluffy-
wrong, she's been trying to stir up drama, but she's been backpedaling away from it, so she's not keeping it going like she used to.
That's good. Well, as long as she doesn't come after me again, then we're cool.
I think she's done with everybody, honestly.
Okay.
She's just kind of there.
I was gonna say I'm gonna hop off, but I hope you guys. Well, I wish you guys good luck with this whole fucking situation with this guy. Talk to you all later.
Much appreciated,
Yeah.
Ruza.
See you,
Have a
Ruza.
good night.
You have a good one, Ruby. Ruby.
Her name is Ruza. Someone in the chat is asking who Fluffy is. Fluffy is someone with whom I had a temporary rivalry for a few months, due to some personal differences and some moral differences, but Fluffy has left me alone. We are chill. Everything's fine, and she is not bothering anyone anymore. Hopefully.
So, Patch, I have a question. How long are we going to be keeping this thing going?
We've been going for about an hour, so we can shut down soon if you are getting tired.
The only reason I'm asking is because Silent, the dude involved in the machine gun moth thing, he's asking if we want him on stream.
If we want to what?
If we want him on stream.
I mean, if he wants to join, he can join.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'd have to hop
I
into
just
a
gotta invite
different
them.
group chat though, because I don't know if we're allowed to invite that person to Wendy's server.
I mean, they're Viv's admin. I don't think that they would have a problem with them coming in, but I see where you're coming from. Fuck. Where can we do this? I could invite you over to Bun Squad. Silent has access over there. They have admin status, or at least they used to.
Awesome. We can hop over there.
Yeah. Are you even in Bun Squad?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
I'll need an invite.
There you go.
Boop. I'm gonna
Okay.
hop into the call room.
You go over there. I'll pull you into a staff call.
Blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Heyo, can you hear me?
Hold on, before you start talking, I gotta give you I'll give you Buddy Bun, and then Big Buns, because you're an adult, and then you got Baby Bun. Alright, so leave the call real quick, and then come back, and then you should be able
I am returned. Cool.
Okay, now I can hear you. I had to give you the rules so that you could actually talk.
Awesome, cool. And I think I'll stay because I like this server.
It's a nice server. Silent. Hold on, I gotta ask if. Hold on. That's why I didn't see the motherfucking.
Oh, Silent is
wait,
here.
Hello, Silent. You bastard! I didn't expect you to come in here.
This thing working?
Hi.
Yeah, no, it's working. We can hear you. And who is this
What?
problematic height gap?
I'm Gam. Why are y'all
That's
not so
Gam.
spicy?
Hello, Gam.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I'm Shiloh. I was involved in exposing Slyfox. We're here.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I'm watching the stream right
Oh,
now.
cool. Yeah,
I'm
no.
Ghosty. I'm Ghosty Doodles.
Gam's actually kind of been the one getting us information in between Slyfox and shit. They were involved in
Thank you
that,
so much for all the
and,
help. I really
No
appreciate it.
problem.
All of the
I haven't done
screenshots
anything
have-
recently though.
No, it's okay. Anything you've done at all to help is an important part of this. Everyone that contributed to this fucking case. I've been working this for over a year. Bread Gang's been working it for I think about 6 or 7 at this point. It's
Jeez, I don't like Sly at all.
most people who interact with him would agree with
nobody
you.
likes Slyfox,
Like-
and for valid reasons.
Like when
Hello.
when he was in the fan
Silent,
grid,
there
hello
you are.
Silent.
My
Like, when he was in the
apologies, my
fan grid-
equipment was not working, so I couldn't hear anyone.
Oh,
Oh, you're
well, we can
good.
hear you. Just trouble. I swear to God, if you don't chill the fuck out, I'm going to put you in a box and sit it upside down so that you can't get out. My cat is
Okay.
my cat is being a petulant toddler.
All right. Well, Silent, this is Patch. This is the person that pretty much stuck a big old bad dragon dingling up Sly's keister. And Patch, this
The
is
bad dragon
Silent.
dingling of justice, specifically.
Yeah. And then I
Hmm.
smashed his face open with my right hand of doom. This is
Yeah.
Silent. This is Viv's admin. We actually teamed up with him a few months ago on another situation, and we ended up talking about Silent and Slyfox.
Well, happy to meet all of you. It's great to be here, and knowing that you've contributed to helping take this guy down is it's comforting knowledge to have. I appreciate all of your involvement.
Just
Someone
doing our
you know, I'm
part
gonna
to
draw you
help.
with-
Hey guys.
So,
Oh, Ham!
Yeah.
Ham, you came in at a really bad time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
we're streaming
No,
right now.
I love you. We're talking about Slyfox.
Oh, fuck. Well, I wanted to show you guys some art because I think I've peaked in my artistic skill. And
you feel free to share it anyway. I'd be happy to look at it.
where do I stick this? In the spicy tea party?
Might as well. Fuck it.
Where do I stick? Okay, so voice chat, spicy tea party 1.
I think so, yeah.
Sure, yeah, that's the right channel. Yeah.
All right. I think I've officially peaked at art, guys. Take a look.
Oh god, this is gonna be something fucking stupid. I know it.
I know when Sly was in the fan court, I was in calls with him on like multiple occasions, and I got immediately uncomfortable. And usually, when I get uncomfortable like that, that means this person ain't right.
Yeah,
we talking about Sly?
That boy.
Yeah, we're live streaming about Slyfox because Vivian was ever so kind enough to stand up against him and publicly condemn him for his behavior, which is very much appreciated. So because of that, because of her coming
Ham,
forward.
is that a picture of a fucking crab getting falcon punched? What
Yeah, I'm just gonna rename the crab Sly, and you guys can punch the crab. So
sounds good to me. I'm
wonderful. I love it.
That's my representation of how it went down.
According to the entirety of the chat, he was banned. He was big banned.
He was mega banned.
Big bong, bazinga, bing bong banned.
Was that when I owned the fan court?
No, they're talking about a different server.
Oh, okay. I was talking about
Slyfox had established his own little fandom server with the help of
I remember that.
some enablers that we had been trying to get him removed from for some time now.
Yeah.
But I think thanks to Vivian coming forward and helping more people be aware of what he's done, I think a lot of people are finally standing up against him. And hopefully, if there are any more victims of his that have been silenced, they will come forward and we can add that to the archive and pass that to the police. Because right now there is an open case against him. I am legally allowed to say
it sucks. It sucks that it took the word of an internet celebrity for anybody to take it seriously.
I mean,
But
I made 5 videos on this guy. 5! And nobody made it.
I think Ashley said something once, too.
Yeah,
or
Ashley
twice.
did.
A couple
She
times,
called
actually.
him out for being a racist bastard. Let me tell you guys this fucking story, dude. This was around the time we banned Slyfox, and we learned that he made an anti-fan cord server. And I told Ashley, because the grapevine told me that Sly was going to boycott the next stream, and this was when they had the voice actor Frieza join. They told me that he was going to boycott, and they showed me a tweet where he said, oh, no, wait, no, it was with Ben Diskin. It was with Ben Diskin, not Frieza. It was with Ben Diskin. It was a tweet where he said, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, more like JoJo's butt fucking adventure. I'm not gonna watch this stream because I don't condone anime in my household. He's got like 1950s grandpa logic when it comes to the Japanese and the Chinese, so he's heavy against anime. And when I told Ashley about it, and the reason he said JoJo's butt fucking adventures because Ben Diskin voices Joseph in part two, the English dub. She popped onto Twitter and was like, "Hey, yeah, see this guy? He's a bad guy," and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" And that's when he popped in and was like, "Shut the fuck up, you're a libtard," and everybody got on his ass.
Yep. And that was like
I was the
sometime last
I
year.
was the
Good lord.
catalyst for that, and I got to watch it fucking live.
Sly is. I think he might actually be the most garbage human I've ever met in my life, and
He's the definition of racist
never
American.
Heard somebody talk about anime like he does, man.
Can we?
He's adamant that anime is like some kind of recruitment method for communists.
Okay, but
can we
like,
tell them the
is he
story?
wrong though? A lot of weebs are communist, including me.
Can we tell them the story of how he felt threatened during Pride Month?
Yes.
Yeah, he got.
That was around the same time that I came out as bisexual, and that's his only defense against me.
I remember having to deal with the entirety, like the fan court during that, and just being like, "Can y'all just like not?"
We were
be
both
stupid?
admins at the time. That was like the high. That was the
Sly-
prime time of our life. Fuck.
Sly was in the vent chat and he was like skeetering around saying that he was like homophobic and everything, and he was like, "Oh, I'm straight and I feel threatened by the gays," and everyone was like, "Hold up."
I had to personally call him out. I remember that post.
Yeah,
I do remember multiple instances of Sly saying KYS F word to people that have condemned him, including multiple members of the Bread Gang and also to me several times. He also refuses to use my correct pronouns, specifically because I've exposed him as a predator multiple times.
Of course.
Like, oh, this person's non-binary? I'm gonna misgender them. That's so edgy. I'm the edgiest dude alive. I'm so cool, aren't I? Like, he's so smooth-brained that you could use his brain matter to polish marble.
Dude,
I wish I was.
Yeah, it's moments like this that I'm lucky that I never had to deal with him personally, except I had to deal with his toxic admin crew instead.
Jesus Christ, I was there for that too. Yeah.
Dude, he tried to get me taken off the staff team an endless amount of time, and I found out the reason for it. Around the time the gay pride thing happened, I told the Discord server that I was bisexual, and this is the first time that I'd come out to the server. And he spent months after that just trying to frame me for stupid shit. And when I confronted him about it, because Monstrous encouraged me and was like, "Hey, you should figure out why the fuck he's doing that." So I did. I went to go talk to him, and the fucker said, "I don't believe you should be in power because you're corrupt, and homosexual men are too feminine and cannot make justice."
Then how did but he didn't have a problem with me, a trans man, owning the fucking fan cord.
I don't think he knew you were trans, man. He constantly
He probably assumed that you were cis because he's a dumbass who makes assumptions and doesn't really care about people.
I've literally never said it. I literally talked about being trans.
He wasn't
you
in
were
calls with
expecting
you.
a man who released his social security number publicly to have brain cells.
He was never in calls with you, Ham. Like, rarely.
Oh, fuck. His exact words were, "Homosexual men are too feminine. I don't believe you should be in power because you are homosexual. And and that's why I don't like you." And almost a week after we had that horrid conversation, I banned his ass. And all he can do ever since then, he's creative with everyone else. He'll come up with different ways to make fun of or insult people, but with me, no, he just constantly calls me the gay F word because I like men. Oh, why is he a terrible dude? Oh, Hellboy likes men. Didn't you know Hellboy likes men? He's a terrible man. Get him out. Kick him to the curb. Shove a hot.
I'm surprised you didn't take action against him sooner. I wouldn't have taken that shit.
I mean,
think it was
he
a three-strike policy.
Pretty quickly.
I was half tempted to, but at the time, Gypsy was still.
Oh no, he was banned. I banned him pretty quickly.
Boy.
I remember banning him pretty quickly, and
No,
then
he was still around when Sly did that shit to Hellboy.
Yeah, no, he was still around when Sly did that to me.
It
And
is
then, like a few weeks
unfortunate
after
that
that, we
guy's name is
finally got rid
Gypsy,
of it.
considering what that word is.
His name is the Gypsy Bard. It's not ironic.
No,
I know about Gypsy.
No, I know, but the word gypsy is a slur.
Is a slur, yeah.
Oh, he knows. He knows. He knows. He used it because of My Little Pony, but he knows, and he adamantly bragged about it. Fucking whatever. But anyway, yeah, he was still on the staff team around that time, and he was very adamant about following the 3-strike rule.
Sly
And then
was
we
banned.
got rid of him after we got rid of Sly.
Yeah, because Sly was banned, I want to say, like, the transition from the summer to the fall.
Yeah, it was roughly when I took over, I think.
Yeah, and then Gypsy got banned, like, a few months later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the point is, I couldn't ban him because Gypsy was like, "Oh no, don't do that. Where he only has 2 strikes."
Yeah.
I think a responsible admin should always have a clause in their rules that states, "I reserve the right to ban people for whatever reason I please."
That's when we implemented that later.
Good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that responsible
Ham
decision.
Monstrous and I turned around the entire fucking server once we got him out of there.
Good. I after knowing you and Monstrous for as long as I have, Hellboy, I fully believe that the two of you ran things efficiently and cleanly, and I appreciate all the work that the 3 of you have put in to make the community safer. It's much appreciated because it makes the jobs of people like me who fight predators on the regular for a living a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm just not very loud of a person, so like I'm not like nobody even knows that I do stuff. I'm just there.
No, it's okay.
here's
People
how
who do
Ham
things
does it.
quietly are just as important as the people who use a megaphone. There, in every movement, there are the figureheads who stand at the front lines, and the people behind them, people like you, who, although quiet in their activism, make just as big of an impact.
Mm-hmm.
Ham is a very tiny human being, so what they'll do is they'll hop on my shoulder, squawk in my ear as loud as
Pretty
they
much.
can, and
Yeah.
then tell me to do things instead.
Pretty much.
You're
Now,
Jiminy
poetically
Cricket,
put.
but cuter.
I feel like a lot of the stuff I did in the fan court was mostly just like doing it. Like I didn't really do much. I just said, "All right, I'm gonna do this," and everyone's like, "Okay," and then I just did
Well,
it.
no, you did
And
a
then I
lot.
didn't
It's
say
just
anything
that you
about
did
it like
things
publicly.
behind the scenes. Yeah, that's kind of how you rolled with it, because you didn't like the attention. At least I don't think you did.
It's just fucking concerning how many fucking predators are just coming out in this fandom alone. Like, I remember My Little Pony
dear
days,
Lord,
alright?
it is becoming
The
quite.
My Little Pony fandom has just as many
yeah.
predators. In the past 3 years, Leo Convoy, Anthony Aguilar, Vita Pony, and I have exposed, I think, well over 60 predators.
Yeah,
Damn.
I remember like hearing so many stories. That's why I like pretty much like ran away from the fandom because I was still growing up in terms of watching the show, and then like I just kept hearing shit and seeing more evidence and everything, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I come to Hasbin, they're all just coming out of fucking nowhere, and I'm just like, who are you people? Get away, you guys are nasty.
Most of them are ones that ran away from the pony fandom. People like Ichabod Orange, who is an orbiter who used BDSM to attempt to groom a 17-year-old girl despite being in his 40s.
Ew.
He was ousted from the Brony fandom and the commentary community and is now an Alistair role player.
Oh god.
Oh dear Lord.
He and his life partner Acedia Lamb are incredibly prolific. I'm sure you've heard of them.
Oh, I know of them. I remember waking up one day and in my friend's server, I'm not gonna name drop them on here. They own a Hasbin server, and my other friend just messages me, and they're just like, "So this happened." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean this happened?" I'm trying to wake the fuck up still, and they're just like, something. They kept defending their OC despite it being based around Nazi.
Talking about the Nazi teddy bear. Yeah, that was brought to me after Acedia tried to frame me as a zoophile.
Did you? Did you just say Nazi teddy bear?
Yeah, Nazi teddy bear. Buttons, which is the pseudonym we know them by in the Brony fandom, had
So what,
created.
Rick and Morty?
They had created
no.
a Yosef Mengele clone, but it was a teddy
Yes.
bear.
Oh
Mhm.
god, yeah, Mon told me about that.
And this
Yeah.
was the third time that this person had drawn Nazi fan art in their span on the internet. If you want to learn more about that, listeners and watchers, please go to Rouge Moonbat's podcast Burn Book. I fully recommend it. I was in that series. You should all watch that when this is over. Yeah. But a lot of the predators that are showing up in the Has-Been Hotel fandom are moving from either the Brony fandom or from other children's shows fandoms, because Has-Been
Ugh.
Hotel is in that special zone where it's animated so kids like it, but it's raunchy so adults like it. So this is one fandom where it seems almost normal for kids and adults to be mingling, and that is a breeding ground for predators,
It
unfortunately.
really is. Like,
So people like y'all and Vivian who are coming forward saying like this is not acceptable, you're making my job a lot easier, so thank you.
yeah, like
there was a pretty good reason we put in the ID checks when we did.
Yeah. I know the main problem everyone's arguing on the thread still. They're just like, "Oh, has-beens for adults. Why are kids watching it?" And I'm just like, "Have you guys not snuck and watched Robot Chicken at 3 a.m.?"
Yeah.
Bro, the same kids that watch Has-Been Hotel are the same kids that stay up until 3 in the morning watching Bleach and One
To be
Piece
fair,
Tsunami.
the reason I left it open like that, the fan court open like that, is because it's like that wasn't fair. A lot of these people were getting chased out of fandoms that were supposed to be for children. They were
Yeah.
getting chased out of like My Little Pony and Villainous and all that other stuff.
Oh god, I remember the Villainous
like,
wave.
I'm not gonna go in.
Yeah, it was
I'll tell you guys
basically-
later.
Yeah, it's like that wasn't fair to them, just to chase
wasn't.
them out of yet another thing.
In addition, since you guys have the ID checks in place in order to protect minors, you're legally doing all of the same shit that conventions do to protect kids from adult
Yes,
breed.
they
Like,
would. Yeah, they do the same.
you're literally doing the maximum amount of legal protections possible for these kids. It is not your fault, nor is it the kids' fault that these 7 kids that were abused by Sly were manipulated by him. It's his fault because he chose these kids. He preyed on them, and
Oh, he knew what the fuck he was doing.
he
knew damn well.
although he very clearly has some mental health issues, I do not believe that
That's not an excuse, though.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He clearly has mental health issues, but no psychological condition can excuse predatory behavior, because predatory behavior is a choice. If you have
Exactly.
a condition like pedophilic obsessive compulsive disorder, or borderline personality disorder, or narcissistic personality, like if you have a psychological condition that gives you intrusive thoughts of abusing people, you have a choice to either get help or to pursue those intrusive thoughts of abuse. And the people who choose to abuse people instead of seeking psychological help will receive no mercy from me. I studied psych for 3 years at Lakeland University. I had to drop out before I could finish my doctorate, but I have a pretty comprehensive understanding of human psychology, and according to most modern science, abuse is a choice and is not an excuse to be a predator. So I don't care what diagnoses you're carrying around, Glenn. When I find you, I'm dragging you by your hair to the police station.
Since
Good.
we're on the topic of IDs, though,
Mhm.
I pushed a lot of things that Slay on my fucking head, but I remember that when we implemented the ID checks, because for the longest time, since the server was so small, Gypsy didn't bother with it. He just had people ask for it.
Yeah.
Oh, we
fought a
made
long,
him.
hard battle.
Me and
fought a
Monsters
long, hard
forced him.
battle. Yeah, all 3 of us did.
We had to force him to get the damn things in place.
Oh yeah, because I brought it up because lo and behold, there were a good chunk of minors that lied about their age. One was 16 that was
Mhm.
engaging in
Yeah,
teen acts with adults and they did not care. Another one, they admitted that they were being homeschooled, so I brought it to Monstrous and I was like, aren't you homeschooled until you're 18? And turns out they were lying for 2 years.
It's one of those things.
Some advice about the ID checks: make sure that when you're getting the ID that there's a picture of the person holding the ID next to their face. Because
we did do that.
we recently had an incident with the Zoophile police where one of the admins was using her mother's ID to claim to be a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah.
We had to call her mother and like show her that, hey, your daughter is using your ID to pretend to be you so that she can solicit nudes from adults. And
what the hell?
We doubled down on it. We have them write their Discord ID, and it has to be next to their face.
I think the only reason, like, he even allowed us to do it, like, Gypsy even allowed us to do this, was because I sat there and was like, I will oversee them personally.
Yeah, that's all you had to do.
The reason I brought that up, though, is because when we implemented them, Slyfox threw the biggest shit fit.
Yup.
And I still remember it to this day. He went in the fucking general chat of all fucking places and went on a fucking tirade about how it's unfair, even though we already made it clear most people that have the adult rule already were going to get grandfathered in. So he didn't have anything to worry about. He threw a giant fucking shit fit that we were going to implement the ID system because now he would know who's an adult and who's a fucking child.
Yep.
And it just made him the angriest son of a bitch I've ever seen. And he tried to claim that it was illegal and shit. Then Monstrous and I swooped in and were like, hey, calm your titties. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up.
It's literally how most porn producers operate. Like, I'm a sex worker. I do erotic performances online in order to support my family. And every single sex work promotional site that exists, from Pornhub to OnlyFans, requires pictures of your ID and pictures of your face to access their not safe for work content. If you want to be a producer or if you want to have an official account, you have to be able to prove that you're an adult now. That's how they function. You guys are literally doing the legal bare minimum for the porn industry. There's nothing illegal about requesting ID, so long as you don't use the information you're given to, like, commit fraud.
Dogs, blacklist.
Exactly.
Yeah, then like all these minors were
implemented some
complaining
really strict
too.
rules about that, so that people would, like, just because I was so paranoid about people like doing that, because I did not tolerate identity theft. I was like super strict. I was like, if you guys even attempt identity theft, I'm calling the police.
You know, you want to know something? Like, speaking of identity theft, did you guys know that Slyfox had published his social security number, I think, about 3 different times?
Why?
The Bread Gang was, like, collecting information on him for a police report. And one of them, like, pretended to be I don't approve of this. I do not approve of their methods, but they were effective nonetheless. They pretended to be an insurance broker who could provide him protection in exchange for his information. And Sly gave him the same photo of his ID that he posted on Instagram, which I now have. His social security number, his address, and his phone number. And now all of that is public information.
Why
in
the
fact,
hell
it's
would he
all
post
available.
that?
Everything except his social security number is available on the white pages, which makes it public domain.
Good lord.
So now,
hey guys, do you ever just dox yourself?
Yeah, do you ever just like dox yourself in order to protect
you don't even know
yourself
the half of it.
from anti-pedos? Like, oh god, the antis
I
are
feel
coming
like
after
I've
me.
missed out on so much funny shit just because I haven't talked to this guy. I mean, I've talked to his admin team and they were toxic as fuck. I ended up taking
They were
over their
freaking the
server
fuck
for a short
out.
amount of time
Oh,
until shit went south.
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
I
that was
told you?
funny as hell.
Have
It
you heard the
was.
story of St. Joseph's Hospital?
Oh
Nope.
God.
Do you
Oh,
know?
God, no,
Are you
I never
familiar
told
with
him
St.
about it.
Joseph's Children's Cancer Hospital? The
Yeah,
like
yeah, I've-
franchise of children's cancer facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can just tell this is going to be so wrong.
Okay, so Leo Convoy, Hellboy, Monstrous, and I confronted Slyfox in a Discord server because he was server jumping and trying to beg everyone to mass flag my video on him because we had taped him confessing to being Mojaraka, to sexually harassing minors, and to exposing children to pornography. All of which is either violation of criminal or obscenity law. And we had cornered him in a call, and I asked him if he had been seeing a therapist or had been an inpatient for treatment for pedophilic obsessive compulsive disorder, if he had been receiving treatment for his pedophilic tendencies. And he said, yes, I did go to the hospital last week. And I said, which hospital? I live in San Joaquin County. I am 2 hours away from you, and I know every hospital in this area. Tell me which hospital you went to. And he said St. Joseph's, which is a children's hospital. A children's cancer hospital. He said that
Now,
out loud in front of 22 people.
I want to make it clear, this man is also not... I could understand if he said that being 18 to 20, because
He's in his
pediatrics and shit,
30s.
like, you still get... Exactly. He's in his fucking 30s.
He straight up said, like, he said that he was at St. Joseph's, and then I was like, that's a children's hospital, you're lying. And he's like, no, I meant St. Jacob's Hospital. And I'm like, St. Jacob's is 6 hours away from you, no way are you at St.
He said St. Joseph, St. Jacob's, and then he said St. Jude's, and then he admitted that he didn't actually go to one.
He literally...
And he said...
That's just...
And he still lies to people to this day, saying that he's getting help. He still lies to them, saying he's getting help at St. Joseph.
Yeah, I don't... When I heard stuff like that, I had no trust whatsoever that he was getting help or whatever. When I was talking to Park, I don't know if I could say the full name, whatever about it. I had no trust that they were convincing the side to get help or to see someone about it. I just looked at this person and thought, yeah, you're just either defending this guy or you have absolutely no idea what the hell you're doing.
They were defending Sly, or they have been defending Sly for the longest time. They were also giving. I remember at one time in the vent chat in the fan cord, they gave some minors some very bad advice of like, kind of alluding to hurt their parent.
Their what?
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Wait, are you... Who are you talking about?
Park Rider. I'll say their name.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't give a
Park.
shit.
Yeah, Park has been manipulated into being one of Slyfox's enablers. I fully encourage her, if she comes to her senses, to reach out to me. All will be forgiven if you decide to condemn Sly, but
I don't think they will.
She chooses
They're stupid.
to.
I actually managed to get through to her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There was a brief time where I spent 4 days talking to her about what's happening with Sly, and I was making a whole lot of breakthroughs, and she just kind of caved at one point and said, "I can't do this anymore. Just take my server away from me and deal with the shit." And I'm like sitting there thinking, "What? I just wanted to convince you to leave on your own accord, and you just gave me everything that your server has." And I'm like, the power. And then the admins just went absolute ape shit on me. It was annoying.
Yeah, I was there for that. And it was just they were just defending Sly, like.
That's because most of them are groomed by him.
Yeah. It's just a lot of people that
Honestly,
just.
As much as I dislike Park, I know that in reality, all that's from brainwashing.
Oh, it is. It's definitely
They would be a
brainwashing.
decent human being if they just came to their senses for more than a day or two.
I fully
Park themselves is 24 years old, but they have the mentality
Of a 12-year-old? Oh.
like Park.
I kind of gathered
I'm
from our
saying,
conversations.
I'm saying this out of love. You are being manipulated, and Slyfox, when he is done with you, is going to do to you what he has done to every single kid that he has abused and every single person who has confronted him. He will threaten your life. He will try to dox you, and he will try to make you miserable. He is dangerous, and he has harmed a lot of people. He is in possession of a lot of child porn, which he could use to harass you. He is in possession of a lot of material that he could use to harass you. He may be a dunce, but he's a clever dunce, and he has hurt a lot of people. You have the opportunity right now to stand up against him, come to your senses, and help us take him down. If you hear this, Park, I want you to make the right decision. I don't want to have to go after you, but if you continue to choose to support Sly, I will. I'll tell you the same thing I told Miss Darling. You have to choose right now between your safety and moral comfort and his friendship. And once you make that decision, it's done. This is the last time I will make this offer to you, Park.
There's two things that I gotta address in the chat. One, somebody sent Virgin Slyfox Chad Patchwork. Fun fact, Slyfox messaged me out of the blue one day and sent me a meme that I'm pretty sure one of his friends made and said, "Why did you make this, you fucking cunt bag, gay F word?" And it was a picture. It said, "The Virgin Slyfox Chad Hellboy." And it had all of his wrongdoings on his side, and then a bunch of praises for me on my side.
I don't see. Where was it posted? Virgin Slyfox. There it is. Thank you, Honey Rabbit. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you.
And second thing I gotta address is Crybaby. Crybaby said, "All I know is Park does have high functioning autism."
That doesn't excuse
I have
it.
Asperger's, and I don't function the way
Yeah,
you do.
like that doesn't excuse
I'm well
it.
aware that people are different, and the spectrum is. There's a reason why it's called the spectrum. It's like a rainbow. Everybody takes the different diagnosis differently.
Also,
some
functioning
people are smart,
labels
some people
aren't
are dumber.
accurate because whether or not you're high functioning usually just means how well you hide your autism. It doesn't actually mean anything. High functioning autism is considered an insult.
I would say that Park.
Point is. Oh, go ahead.
I would say that there was so many people that went to Park and told them how wrong Sly was being, how this, that, and the other. It just pretty much they were being a brick wall. They were being stubborn about it, and
Park
then they finally caved in.
the call when Leo Convoy and I confronted Sly, and witnessed Glenn confessing to everything. She has no excuse. She was there.
Yeah, but like still nothing happens because people like that they refuse to believe that their friend is that type of person, despite all the evidence put against Sly. I don't think they personally care. Like I don't think they care at all. Like, and I really think people are like, well, I think you're a great person, but if you don't continue to care, then we're just gonna block you or like erase you off of our servers, blacklist you just as much as we're blacklisting Sly because you're an accomplice.
Like, enabling a pedophile is only gonna make people go after you.
Exactly.
I don't want to go after Park. I really don't. But since she befriended Sly, it went from 3 victims to 7. In the year since they became friends.
Yep.
4 more victims have come forward since my first video on the subject. 2 of which, AJ and Baby, have been incredibly pivotal to my investigation, and I appreciate both of you since I know both of you are watching. You're good kids, and you did not deserve what that man did to you.
Agreed. Like, I just don't know how. Basically, I don't know if they're 19, I don't know if they're 24, they're a fucking adult. I don't know how the fuck you can be that fucking stupid. excuse my fucking French, but Jesus Christ, I don't understand people that are just like, well, they didn't do anything wrong, but despite all the evidence being put against somebody. Like, are you fucking serious? You're just
Ugh.
enabling their behavior just as much as the next person that's in their little friend cult, because that's what it fucking feels like, a fucking cult. It's
I mean,
disgusting.
do you really think he goes so far as to call it a cult?
Huh?
It's a cult of personality in a way.
Yeah.
I suppose.
He
people
does half decent impressions of Angel Dust, and that's what seems to attract a lot of people in this
Dude,
fandom to him, is his
he
shitty fucking
had-
impressions. And the
he
fact
had
that
the biggest mental breakdown when I did my impressions in the VC.
Oh god. Like I think
'Cause
I
I'm
remember
way
that.
more accurate than his ass. I'm 100
He
times
was
more
he was
accurate
also
than
doing
his ass,
Husk
and when I
as
showed him
well.
up, he went fucking
he has
cancel
an
me.
Instagram where he role plays as Husk.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Instagram.
Baby found that
Ugh.
for me a couple weeks ago. It's in the archive. Thank you again, Baby, for that.
Instagram is full of kids and predators.
It's like TikTok at this point.
Exactly.
And I think 2 new predators on TikTok were busted last month.
Oh yeah. Remember a lot of people on YouTube been talking about it.
I think the big one was fucking Clap Daddy or whatever. That dude with the facial
jeez.
scar who liked to roleplay as a mobster.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, goodness. I'm trying to remember other shit Sly did before he was banned from the fan court.
I
It's
know
really
that
hard to pinpoint because it was so fucking funny.
I know that
There's a
he
lot.
did a lot of racisms. I've heard some stories.
Oh yeah. Before his Twitter got banned, and then he ban-evaded on his other Twitter. I think that also got banned. He said some shit.
He claimed that his Twitters got hacked so many
Yes.
times.
He claimed that his
Yeah.
Tumblr got hacked. It was funny as shit. And then he said, lies, my Tumblr wasn't hacked. The hackers posted about me being hacked to make me look weak. And I'm like, but what?
Oh,
What?
I remember hearing about that.
The hackers,
The-
guys.
My post wasn't hacked.
What kind
The
of
hackers
moron
posted
does
that.
that?
Like, what the fuck? The hackers
yeah, I
lied
remember
about
that.
me being hacked. That's not how it works. If it wasn't hacked, then there were no hackers to post about you being hacked. I lose brain cells every time there's a development in this case. I legitimately
Oh,
lose.
same. It's something. Like I feel like every time he gets defensive, that just proves that you're even more guilty. Defensive and aggressive. That's just how I feel, because it's just like, well, if you're innocent, then you would be defending your case, and you're not really defending your case. Worth the
Instead, he's
shit.
just accusing me and Monstrous of being pedophiles because we both are adults with active sex lives. I'm like, oh, no, you. He straight up
Reverse
no
no,
you
you
guys.
guys.
How dumb can this guy be?
Really dumb.
Seriously.
I mean, he's American.
I'm sorry.
The American educational system has once again failed.
Yeah, like I'm American. I'm just like, damn, B, like you acting like a quote unquote pure American here.
I'm not American, I'm gay.
Mood.
I
Not
am
even
a
American.
I am a non-binary queer with a beautiful bisexual lesbian wife. We are citizens of the nation of gay. I reject America. Fuck you.
I thought you
This
American.
sounds like one of those oddly specific shirts that you see on r/oddly specific.
I still want that oddly specific shirt that just has the hamster from the what was that thing called? Like the story times thing that Sinor Palo made that just says hashtag spaced ham gay on it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have a better idea. Okay, you get a Wrangling, all right? Those fucking baseball shirts, right? And then you get a printout of the fucking gerbil from Overwatch, right?
It's a hamster.
No, shut the fuck up. And then you put it on the shirt, okay? And then you get like really fancy cursive font, right? And then you put right above it Ratatouille.
Oh God, you're right.
Might I like bring this up? A fucking machine gun moth. I think he finally stopped talking in the
Oh
thread.
dear lord, not that guy. I
Yeah,
am
he was
so tired of
Yeah,
his shit.
dude.
he was defending
Silent.
Slyfox on Vivian's thread today. So
Yeah, and like I came in
Oh,
on my
like
main
you
account.
guys hunting down Sly, I have been hunting this prick down since the day I kicked his ass out of Viv's server.
Monsters
Oh,
told
he's
me about
been-
that. You've been doing a great job. I applaud you, sir.
I've been
Silent,
on him.
Listen, Marmite boy, why don't you tell them the tale of Machine
Please.
Gun Moth?
Oh
Or-
dear lord, where do I
are you guys
start? So pretty much, the guy jumps into the to Viv's server. He seems like an alright guy. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. They're there. I want to be the good admin. I want to be the supportive person. I give them a hand. And over time, he just increases the frequency of his bitching and complaining. And he's just spamming the vent channel all the time. And when it gets too heated and people start giving him shit for it, he will either delete his past messages or just edit them saying, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself over and over and over again. And it just makes him look like an absolute pathetic moron. So I would every so often just step in, put my foot down, and say, "Look, mate, you got to stop this. Just calm down. I'm sure we can get this. It's sort of whatever problem you're facing, we can sort this out. Yada yada. Take a breather," and goes on. It wasn't until about maybe 2 months or so that shit started to get a little heavy. He would vent about his role playing with minors on Twitter, and instantly just flags went up about it. The other mods were stepping in asking questions saying, what are you doing, why are you talking to a minor about roleplay if you know that they're a minor? And he obviously tried to defend himself saying, oh, this 13-year-old or 16-year-old was playing the role of an adult, and therefore in his mind it was some kind of like loophole where if the kid was role playing as an adult, that left him whatever free pass to do whatever he wants.
That's not how that
And
works.
that's exactly what I said. I went into a small page or so worth of text telling him that you can't do that, despite the fact that they're acting as an adult in these role plays. The core problem is that they are a child and you're an adult, and the way you're handling yourself with this child is completely inappropriate. And he just constantly go back in circles and circles about this situation, thinking he's completely free of responsibility or legal retribution, and it just got out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And it escalated to the point where I'm not sure if it was you, Hellboy, or someone else from the crew contacted me asking questions about this guy. And after a while, after reading all these messages about what he's done, seeing all these pages worth of what the fuck he's been doing in the past, I just put my foot down and said, "No, I'm not having this guy on my server." I sent him a few messages saying like this is inappropriate. You got to stop. Giving him, I tried to be the fair guy, giving him fair warning, telling him to stop,
Trying to be chill
sort
about
yourself
it.
out. I wanted to be as chill as neutral as possible, but it seemed after a while that after he was harassing the members of the server, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't allow his shit anymore, so I just kicked him. I contacted him afterwards saying, if you have any final words to say to let your claim your peace or whatever, I'm here to listen. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to let you back into the server, and so forth. He sent me about maybe 2, 3, 4 pages worth of text, fluctuating between his case, how right he was in what he does with these role plays, lecturing me on how he rightfully paid to be in Viv's server, and no matter what I do as an admin, I have no right to kick him out. And just about life, how shitty it is for him and how much he's being assaulted. And I'm just looking at this guy and thinking, you're an absolute piece of shit, sir.
I thought
Just
you were talking about Red, the
kindly
red
fuck off.
guy.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, he's just been absolutely nutcase. And since I kicked him out, I've been monitoring his Twitter status, and it's just been
Interesting
sick.
that a man
Yeah.
who looted a 15-year-old is defending someone who has been sexually harassing 7 different children. It's not like pedos of a feather flock together or anything.
Yeah, like he was commenting on the thread at baby, and I swooped in and I was just like, I'll just grab my tweets. Let me switch accounts again because he got upset that I interrupted him, and I was like, "Fam, this isn't
I saw
Facebook
that.
real time. I can't see when you're typing. If like Facebook, then I would be like, damn, y'all did it, but it doesn't update like Facebook at all.
Like, and even if it did, who cares if you interrupted him? He's a kid fucker. Like,
Yeah, it's a public thread.
like
Hold on,
nobody.
before we move on,
Yes?
and before I go
Pedophiles
to
do
bed,
not have rights. Let's just make that clear right here.
Yeah,
What's
pretty
up, bro?
much. Before we move on and before I go to bed, because I'm about to get off here. It's 4:05 in the fucking morning.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we've been going for about 2 hours now.
Dang.
Well, before we end, though, I gotta say this because if I don't, I'm never gonna get the chance again. Because Silent is exactly like his name. He's never fucking around. Silent. You know what you sound like?
Hmm?
You sound. You know that guy Dank Pods, the dude that like does all the fucking iPod mods and is like
Oh my
Max Multiple
God.
mixed with How to Basic. You sound like a depressed version of Dank Pods.
Oh, jeez,
I
thanks.
don't know who Dank Pods is.
Same, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Never
Also,
heard of it
Saint
too, but
DMAC
yeah.
is in the chat. Hi, Saint DMAC.
Oh
Hello.
man. Hello, D.
Everyone's favorite burlesque VR chat dancer.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll get a Dank Pods video and I'll
Hellboy,
post
go
it
to
in the chat.
bed.
Hellboy,
Shut
go
the
the fuck to
fuck up.
sleep. Go the
I
fuck to
want to
sleep.
watch an angry Australian man fix a fat iPod. Fuck you.
That's
No.
fair, you know.
Go to bed or I'm telling Monstrous.
Let me see.
I think
Dude,
Monstrous
she
was
didn't do
watching.
anything. Dude, she defends me staying up late, dude.
Monstrous, don't enable him.
No, monsters, please
Also,
enable me.
to Charlie Alpha Lime Chokabacher or Chobaker or whatever
What
the
the
fuck
fuck is
your
that
fucking
name?
shit. I don't know what the fuck your name is. Be gay and do all the crimes. What are you talking about? How dare you say be gay and don't do crime?
Lamau.
This is a be gay do crime household. We are going to smoke weed and pirate music all day long.
Here, I'm gonna post this video in Tea Party 1, and you're gonna
Alright.
watch it. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. But at some point, you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna understand why I said he sounds like Dank Pods, but extremely depressed. This man made a junk iPod and played Shrek on it, dude. Bruh.
I mean, is that a good or bad thing that I sound more depressed than him? I am somewhat concerned.
It sounds like you're aware of what's going on in the world because no
I
one
think I'm
who
gonna post the crab picture.
depressed.
Alright, go for it. Oh, here's the conversation. I found it. I like interjected in because I don't know. I was just scrolling down the thread that Viv retweeted from Mon, and I was like, oh, this fucker. And they were talking to baby and everything, and I was like, as a person that's been in calls with them and that has been Hotel Fan Court server, he made me severely uncomfortable even before everything went down. And I said, when I get hunches about people, I'm usually right. On top of that, a handful of people have been uncomfortable with that individual. Those screenshots from baby are legitimate and they were uncomfortable. If you have a legit fucking doubt and is doubting a child, go fuck yourself. Excuse my motherfucking French. And then they were like, would you kindly just buzz off? I remember you and want absolutely nothing to do. Now, if you want to check out my R slur memes, then that's fine. Otherwise, leave me alone. Also, I should mention that my friend who defended me, who you and Monstrous claimed was my assistant, was an actual victim of rape from an early age, and they didn't appreciate the fact that y'all were throwing around the same accusations for petty reasons. And I said, oh, welcome to the club. I was a victim by my cousin assaulting me when we were around the same age, and someone over the internet that tried to make me do stuff on cam when I was a minor. No one was throwing around any type of false accusation.
Why the
And
fuck
kindly
are
back the fuck
Sasuke
off.
and Jeff Goldblum trending on fucking
Because
Twitter?
of someone made a rap.
Oh, boy, go to
Uzi
bed.
Vert.
Or I'll punch you
Holy
like that
shit.
crab I drew.
Okay, we're all going fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So it is 1:09 a.m. in California. It is time for Hellboy to go to bed. So I'm gonna call time of death on the stream. Thank you all for coming onto my channel and hanging out and
Yeah.
talking about all this. Thank you to everyone
Bruh.
who
It's a
Hellboy, will you
rapper.
fucking chill? Nobody's talking about Crab.
I'm not talking about Crab. I'm talking about fucking Sasuke. 'Cause
Yeah,
Sasuke
it's a
and Jeff Goldblum are
little
trending on Twitter.
Lil Uzi Vert, who is a rapper, drops a new song called Sasuke because
You-
rappers are weeaboos. End of discussion.
Yeah, I've been noticing a lot of references to Bakugo from My
Good
Hero
night,
Academia
everybody.
in rap
Oh,
music.
for fuck's
But
sake.
as I was trying to say, thank you for everyone for coming along. Thank you to everyone who donated bits. You guys are paying for my cat food and my rent. I appreciate that. And on time of death, thank you. Good night.